Rio 2.
Well, the movie, when I decided to make the Rio back way then, was a way that I wanted to create a story that took place where I come from, that I was able to share a little bit of my culture, music, and the sights, the colors, the things that I felt that was my version of it. Of course, there are many Brazils out there, and you have to pick one to tell a story, and this is the one that I picked. And for me, it was the one that fit the best with the energy that I wanted for the movie. So I wanted to feel like alive. I wanted the movie to feel bright. I wanted the movie to feel happy. But at the same time, a movie with strong messages. And of course, like the first movie talked about birds and samba and carnaval and Rio. And the second one, I push people beyond that. I push people to an experience that's broader. I push people to an experience that shows other parts of Brazil, and talks about bigger environmental problems. Like now that the two birds are together and they have children, the story is about family. The story is about like what is the family dynamic? Because the first movie is about finding love, and this one is about like getting the family to stay together, like build an extended family. On top of that, the environmental issue is much grander now because of the Amazon and the protection of the environment, protection of their homes. So I think that people can expect that this one to be definitely a bigger movie in scope, but also in story, in the sense that there's more characters, there's more fun characters to it. And also musically, I think it's a movie that taps into many other fun rhythms and set pieces that we weren't able to do in the first one. When we started the second movie, the difference from the first one is that music started right away. I knew that I wanted to have more music, I wanted to have different styles, and I wanted the music just to really start from the very first time that we started to work on the movie. So that made the movie musically more integrated. Maybe in terms of number of songs, it might be the same as the first one. It's just that this one is more integrated. It's more part of the story. And I also had freedom to do different styles, And most of the styles, all the styles pretty much, they come from Brazilian rhythms from different regions, and Brazilian styles that, might not necessarily be 100% Brazilian, but exists in Brazil and are played in Brazil. We have actors that, are more operatic, like the Frog. In the American version is like Kristen Chenoweth, that's an opera singer that started as an opera singer, but then became a Broadway singer. So it's a little bit of her story into the movie. That's also represented to the fact that the Amazon has one of the most beautiful opera houses in the world, with the Amazon Theater that, it's an amazing piece that they have operas season, even with, 40 degrees heat outside, So, so there is, all those elements are part of the Brazilian culture some way or another, And of course, Nigel being like the cockatoo from Australia, that wanted to be a star, like he is the one that can represent Shakespeare. Well, that's the challenge and the fun of doing a sequel is that you got to bring the characters that you already love from the first one, and you have the challenge of adding new ones, And I wanted to bring some fun new characters to the story. I wanted to, because Nigel now stays in the Amazon, I wanted to bring like some fun little characters like Gabby, which is the poisonous frog. And that's partially because also I wanted to create a Shakespearean story between the two of them because she has a crush on Nigel. She loves Nigel, and you have the impossible love, almost like Romeo and Juliet. So that's how characters come together. Like we just think about what would be their journey, and then we start to create the personalities. Now, for example, Jewel will find her father, and then they have like the aunt, and then you have the ex-boyfriend. So that's how things start to shape. Well, I haven't thought too much about the new one. I'm still kind of like trying to ease myself off of the second one. Like we haven't, as the movie comes out, we'll see how people receive. But, I definitely have ideas, but I don't have anything now concrete. Like we have to see where the story would take them. I have to be honest, I haven't thought too much about it yet, but I'll have to start soon, I guess. Okay, thank you. Thank you.
Indietro, barbaro! Che carino! Oddio!